and welcome to EBADay 2019 in Stockholm. I'm Hannah Wallace, and kindly joining me now in the TV studio is Vincent Brennan, Deputy Chairman of the Euro Banking Association and the Association's Chair of the Open Banking Working Group, and Daniel Szmukler, Director of the Euro Banking Association. Hello gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
It's lovely to be here. To start off then, can you tell me how are you enjoying the event so far? I think it's a good place to start.
Well, the event's been fantastic. I guess it's our one of our largest turnouts, not only in terms of delegates, but in terms of exhibitors and fintech participants, so real success on that front. But more than that, just the atmosphere amongst the delegates, the level of interaction right from the get-go, from the open and plenary sessions, the challenge speaker, the chairman's address, and right through each of the sessions is exactly what we've pitched for as the association, so really pleased so far.
It's been a fab event. Daniel, would you agree?
I fully concur. Great buzz. We're also here on the exhibition floor, fully sold out exhibition, large number of startup companies that we're hosting this year, 16 of them. We had a good session this morning, great challenge speaker as well. So I think that all has contributed to a very good start on day one.
So Vincent, coming to you first, I want to talk to you a bit about the association's recent report, AI in the era of open banking. Can you tell us why is AI and open banking such a winning combination, particularly in the payments market?
I suppose if we just look at open banking in the first instance, the whole ethos of open banking is it creates an open environment where amongst all of the things, data becomes shared. It's a requirement for banks to make it accessible for third parties where customers consent. But more than that, it creates the opportunities for banks and for other players to access data that's outside their own organizations. If you combine that with the fact that the regularly quoted statistic is that 80% of all data that exists today was created in the last 2 years, the volume of data that's available to us is just astounding. So the opportunity is there, but in order to make use of the opportunity and the ability to analyze that information is one of the most critical capabilities for banks and other players in the marketplace. And that's why as a working group we put our focus in the last couple of years on the whole topic of data, and most particularly this year then on focusing in on the AI opportunity.
All right, and what approach did you take to seek out these collaborative use cases of AI?
So one of the great advantages the association has when tackling a topic like this is its membership. So amongst the membership of the association we have banks and SMEs within those banks who are experts in either the fields of AI or open banking, etc. But in our wider ecosystem membership we've got supplier companies, we've got consultant companies, we've now got fintechs themselves as members, we've got many other organizations. So the association membership is like a microcosm of the industry. And by simply bringing, as we have, over 40 of the members together, we create a space in which the members are able to share their experience of what's happening in the marketplace. We can research through the members and our partner InnoPay, who've worked with us on this report, to what's happening, and from that draw out live examples of initiatives that are already underway in the industry, ones that people are looking at, and ones we can see from comparisons with other industries that point to possible use cases for the financial services industry.
Really interesting. And now, Daniel, coming to you, do you think the thinking behind the report is similar to other industry bodies, would you say?
I think it complements the thinking that you can read in other reports by industry bodies. Firstly, most of the reports we came across in our research were focused on the competitive aspects of AI, so clearly much more directed at the process side of it or at the product side of it. The novelty that we believe we brought, or we shed some light on, was really the market dimension side of it. So it is quite complementary, and it is that bit that really carries the collaborative seat. But at the same time, it builds on many insights that other groupings have already discovered. In particular, we entertained a dialogue also with expert groups in this field, among others the European Commission's expert group, who of course is from its already composition point of view, much more diverse than our own working group could ever be. We're clearly focused on financial services and payments. Their expert group covers many other industries, and it's exactly that sort of learning effect that we benefit from when we can exchange our insights with each other.
All right, and finally then, what are the next steps for the industry to put into practice these collaborative use cases you're describing in the report?
Yeah, so 3 conclusions from the report were as follows. One was to tackle some of the issues collaboratively. So in the first instance, how could you create an organization where, for example, the industry could share scarce resources, scarce personnel and other assets that are critical to developing out AI from a collaborative point of view. The second was to focus in on identifying use cases, and 3 of the examples that we quote are in the area of anti-money laundering, in the area of regulatory reporting, and thirdly in the area of cybersecurity. And the third, I think, was one of the most critical ones, in that there's a lot of focus in open banking on the API standards and the data standards that are required in terms of APIs. But in the space of AI, there's an added focus to ensure that, particularly from a collaborative point of view, all the players in the industry have a common understanding of what particular data means and can be used for, and then are agreed in terms of how that information can be shared. So then if you put the 3 elements together of having the data to share, having a common agreement in terms of what it means and how it can be used, and an ability to share, then the opportunities from an AI point of view are vast. So the association will continue to push forward thinking in this space, use our other forums such as the Open Forum on Open Banking and Digital Transformation, EBADay itself, and that to continue this dialogue, and hope that we can encourage that collaboration across the industry.
It's in the nature of an association of like-minded practitioners like ours to look really for the collaborative potential in the field of these new technologies. And I think as a way for the future, we'll try to uncover where are the potential areas where banks can indeed, as Vincent pointed out, make use of their limited resources to work together. But the combination of open banking and AI is one of the combinations that can create a whole new innovative effects. There are certainly others in combination with AI that we have seen already in the RegTech space, for example, where, so say, DLT with AI could be also a very interesting combination of technologies that help us actually solve problems, real-world problems that today would be much more time-consuming, much more difficult to track and identify. So it is that sort of innovative potential we're looking to seek out.
Certainly some really exciting developments ahead then, I'm sure. Vincent, Daniel, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for sharing insights.
Thank you.